I've had over 12 motorcycles. I've sold a lot of motorcycles over the years, and I have it down to a science now on how to sell a motorcycle fast and to get top dollar. Now, I've tried to sell a motorcycle on Facebook and Craigslist and all that. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. Facebook, it ain't a bunch of cheapos on there. You'll just get a bunch of messages with people lowballing you, man. And also, don't let them ride your motorcycle, okay? The best platform to sell your motorcycle, bar none, is CycleCruza.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
I just recently sold a KTM 690 SMCR that was fully modded, and I got a good price for it, and I was able to sell it pretty quickly. And I'm going to tell you how to sell your motorcycle pretty quickly, because I've tried it all, I've done it all over the years, and I've got it down to a science now. Before I get out here and tell you, make sure you're wearing all the gear. I have links to all of my awesome gear, like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet that comes with an automatic tint shield, my airbag vest to help keep you safe, pants, boots, gloves. Links to all my gear is in the description and comment section of this video. First off, the best platform to sell your motorcycle, bar none, is CycleCruza. That's what I've had the most success with out of any platform at all. And I'm going to tell you, you don't want to cheap out and get their cheapest package either. I got the I think it's $99 or something like that, 90 something dollars, but they put it on the showcase. They put it on the front of CycleCruza. They will promote your ad a lot better than if you get the cheaper package. And I find it to be the most effective, and I've always sold my motorcycles that way. Now, I've tried to sell a motorcycle on Facebook and Craigslist and all that. I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. Facebook, it ain't a bunch of cheapos on there that are busy trying to get. You'll just get a bunch of messages with people lowballing you, man. It's a waste of time. CycleCruza, I've never had hardly anybody that lowballed me, man. And if they did, it was just a couple $100 or something. But on Facebook Marketplace, it's horrible, man. It's horrible to sell anything on there. Yeah, I've sold some things on there, but if you get a whole bunch of people just lowballers, man. So, but I still put my bike on Facebook Marketplace anyhow, but I always put it on CycleCruza as well. Craigslist, I've never had any success selling motorcycles on Craigslist. No, who really uses Craigslist hardly anymore anyhow, man? First off, before you put it on CycleCruza, obviously you want to figure out how much you want to sell it for. And the best way to figure out how much your bike is worth, obviously, is to go use NADA value for motorcycles, or do the Kelly Blue Book value for motorcycles, and also check CycleCruza to see what your bike, with your mileage, what that's selling for, you know, what other people are selling it for. And you want to be in line pretty much with them. You don't want to be, oftentimes people put the price too high. You don't want to do that, man. It's a waste of time. You want to price it right. Don't price it too low either, because you could be missing out. So price it in line with all the other ones, and in your description, you want to be, you know, you want to try to be as descriptive and show as many pictures as you can.
One of the best things you can do to sell your motorcycle is include a video in your ad, which is included in the package. Do a video walk around of your bike, turn your bike on, rev the throttle, show the features. This is a huge selling point for your bike, and I've been very successful in selling my bikes using this format.
Be real with them. Don't try to cover up anything that's wrong with it. Be straight up with them. Otherwise, you just end up wasting your time. Now, once you get a buyer, which will happen pretty quickly probably with CycleCruza, my luck has been very good with all my motorcycles. You want to meet at a police station, okay? Don't let them come to your house, because you don't know who these people are. And also, don't let them ride your motorcycle, okay? Unless they give you the full cash for it, all right? Otherwise, don't let them ride. You can say, hey, man, you can ride it in front of them if you want, but don't let them ride your motorcycle. Because, you know, if you let them ride your motorcycle, they crash it, they're going to be like they ain't paying for it. And they'll walk off, and then you're stuck with a jacked up motorcycle, even worse. And you got to, you know, it ain't, don't do it. Don't be a fool. Don't be cool. I know somebody probably think, come on, man, be cool. Let me ride it, man. Let me test it out. No, don't do no test rides unless you give me the full cash in my hand. Otherwise, forget it. Even then, I don't let them ride it, man, because then they might want to fight you and take their money back or something. It ain't worth it, man. But anyways, once you agree to the price on the bike, you met in person, he likes it. Now you're ready to go. Now you're ready to sell the bike. Okay, complete the transaction at your bank. The reason why you're going to want to do that for several reasons. Number one, have it notarized at the bank. They'll have a notary there. You can get the title and bill of sale notarized.
Here's a motorcycle bill of sale template that I personally use and I used on my last transaction. Just make sure you get both signatures notarized when you're at the bank along with your title.
And the notary will make sure that there's no errors when signing the title. Trust me, I almost made a couple of mistakes with the notary before. Sometimes it's easy to make a mistake. So if you're filling it out, the title out yourself, it's very easy to make a mistake. So the notary, they do it all the time. So they know, they 100% make sure that it's signed correctly. So that way you don't have no errors. The buyer doesn't have to come back because of an error on the title and all that crap. So it's done right. Hold on a second. Make sure that car sees me. Always stay sharp out here. Defensive riding 101. But anyways, also, another reason to do it at the bank is that when the seller hands you the cash for the bike, give it to the teller and let them deposit it in your account. So when you leave the bank, you have no cash. Because I'm going to tell you this. I've seen where guys will sell their car, whatever, give that large sum of money. The seller gives them the large sum, and they have somebody else waiting around the corner to knock him in his head to steal it back. They can't do that if it's deposited at your bank when you leave. So that prevents that. So it prevents errors from being on the title and also prevents you from getting robbed. And I tell you, out of all the motorcycles that I've sold, I've had 0 issues. That's the way to prevent any issues when selling a motorcycle. Another tip that I can give you guys, when you do modifications to your bike, oftentimes it's better to keep the boxes for all the items, all the modifications you did. And then when you go to sell it, try to put back the stock parts back on. So that way you could sell those mods online and make a little bit of money, because oftentimes people aren't willing to pay extra money for modifications. Now, my KTM 690 SMCR, I had about $3,500 in mods. Okay, and when I went to sell that bike, guys, I didn't really gain, I didn't really get any of that money back. Okay, a little bit maybe. I sold the bike for $10,000, and you could. There were some a couple dealerships that were selling a brand new 690 stock for like $10,000, but I had $3,500 of mods on there. So, yeah, I get a little bit. If I'd have sold it without the mods, I probably would have got $9,000. So yeah, I probably gained $1,000 maybe, but still I lost $2,500. And had I sold it, took all those parts off, which it would have been a pain in the butt to do, but if I did box them up, sold them, I probably, I may have gained a little bit. But sometimes it's better to just take the mods off and sell them separately if you can, if you want. But honestly, that's going to be the best way to sell your motorcycle. Leave a comment below. Let me guys know how you sold your motorcycle. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about my tips that I gave you? It's just, whatever I say, like big sales items like a car, a motorcycle, stuff like that, doing it at the bank, man, it prevents a lot of bad things from happening, guys. Seriously. And also meeting at a police station is good, because police, they actually encourage you to do transactions in their parking lot, because people are going to be less likely to want to steal the bike from you, or do any type of crime at a police station where they got cameras everywhere and they're ready to react at any time. So it's really the best place to meet. I sell all my stuff really in a police parking lot. I don't let people come to my house. You never know who these people are. They may scope your house out, you know, see what you got, come back and rob you or something. You don't know these people. These are strangers. So I feel like if you follow these tips, you'll be you'll have no issues. And I like being issue free. Okay, I don't want to have any effed up days, and I don't want you to have any effed up days either. So I hope these tips help you guys out. Leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. Tell me how you sell a motorcycle, and is there anything you think I should do better? I've had all success, sold my stuff fast, got top dollar, and I've had no issues. So mine works. I got it down to a science. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. I appreciate all you guys. Make sure to hit thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when my new videos release. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.